guys, I'm Savvy and welcome to my travel channel. So this is a travel guide for one international destination named South Africa.
I'm Savvy and he is Anki and we are couple travelers. I have a degree in geology and a passion to explore the world. Sometimes I get into troubles.
God, it's crazy.
I never give up. I take risks. I plan my own travel and stay in varieties of accommodations. Subscribe to my channel and follow me in my venture.
When we were planning one international destination, Anki wanted a lot of adventures and he loves animals, and I wanted beach and luxury. Also, we did not want to go for something really popular destination. So what could be better than South Africa, guys? It was full of adventure, luxury, beach, and it had everything. So we did a lot of research to book our activities as well as the Airbnb and the hotels. So watch this video to know what all adventures I'm talking about. And since this is a travel guide, I am sharing all the information and the budget details so that you can plan your own trip to South Africa. I'm answering the basic questions to plan your trip to South Africa, like where it is located, how to reach, where to stay, what to eat, and all the budget details to plan your activities and the entire trip.
The other way.
South Africa is the southernmost country in the continent of Africa. The country lies entirely in southern hemisphere. There are few popular cities like Cape Town, which is one among its 3 capital cities. Then there is Johannesburg, which is the largest city, and there are many of them. Towards the southern part of the country, there is a long, very long stretch of coastline along the Indian Ocean and South Atlantic Ocean. Now, if you are reaching from different countries, there are quite a few international airports in South Africa like Johannesburg, Cape Town, Durban, George, Port Elizabeth, and a lot more. We did the road trip from Port Elizabeth to Cape Town. You can do it the other way too.
So South Africa is all about the self-drive experience through its entire southern coastline. This drive is one of the best in the world.
We did our research and rented the vehicle from rental cars, or you can book it from booking.com as well. Since they also drive on the left side of the road, so it was pretty easy. Indian valid driving license was enough. Just to be safe, we did purchase a good insurance just for emergencies.
Guess what? We are in Port Elizabeth, South Africa.
And this car, we got it from the airport.
Car rental is a very convenient option. You can rent car right from airport and drop at entirely different city at the airport. We picked up the vehicle from airport of Port Elizabeth and dropped it in the other side of the entire coastline in Cape Town Airport.
Since we are talking about international destination, the most important thing is how to manage money. You need to have one ATM card which is internationally accepted. Travel cards are very good option in this case, and let me introduce you the card that I am using currently. Before I share all the important details about South Africa, and since we are planning a lot of international destinations this year, let me tell you about a card you can bank on no matter where you are in the world. So this is here. Look at this. This is Neo Global card. So this comes with Neo Global account, which is a savings account powered by State Bank of Mauritius in India. This has 0 forex markup. That means you can save on all international transactions while spending across the world. Those who are not aware, so if you are traveling to international destinations and you are spending in other currency other than Indian rupees, so the banks usually charge you a foreign currency markup fee. So this can be really high sometimes and your expenses will shoot up. Now with the Neo card, you can load any amount of money, let's say 30,000 or 50,000, and you can spend in 150 plus countries. If you are not using the card for a while, or let's say if you have misplaced the card, you can lock it anytime and unlock it whenever you are ready to use it again. Complimentary airport lounge access, which we all enjoy, isn't it? And you can enjoy exclusive travel and debit card offers. This card is for everyone. We say globetrotters, savers, spenders, smart travelers, whatever we call us. So what are you waiting for? Grab your passport and go global with Neo Global card. So now with that, let's get back to the South Africa travel guide.
We spent 2 weeks in South Africa. This is my detailed itinerary. We arrived in Johannesburg. Our trip started with Kruger National Park and then we drove through the southern coast of South Africa from Port Elizabeth to Cape Town. On the way, we covered Garden Route and crossed awesome destinations like San Francis Bay, Knysna, Oudtshoorn, Mosel Bay. We did whale watching in Hermanus and shark diving in Gansbaai, and after that we drove to Simonstown and met the African penguins. It was a wonderful experience. Soon after, we drove to Cape Peninsula. The scenic drive continued as we drove back to Cape Town. Enjoy the gorgeous view from Tabletop Mountains, the colorful houses in Breakup, and not to miss the gorgeous and lively waterfront area of Cape Town. Johannesburg is the largest city in South Africa. For us, it was just a halt destination en route to other places. So we just got essentials and food from supermarket and mostly relaxed in the hotel itself. Kruger National Park, we stayed 1 night in Greater Kruger area and 2 nights in the main Kruger area. Both have their advantages. We did not have DSLR during this trip, so could not capture everything well. We saw the African Big Five, the lions, leopards, rhinos, elephants and buffaloes, along with many other animals like zebra, giraffe, hyenas, crocodile, antelopes, warthog and what not. The stay was also in the jungle only but in the fenced area, and we had passionate group of like-minded, enthusiastic travelers with us.
These are rabbit drops.
Yeah.
Yeah? So is it a medicine or just to smoke?
Yeah, smoke.
Yeah.
Say gaja.
Gaja.
We started driving and the first place we reached was a private game reserve named Kraga Kama Game Reserve. Here by game, they mean animals, I guess. We could drive inside. What we experienced was beyond my any expectations. A cheetah came real close to me as I whistled and did meow like a cat to the cheetah.
Savvy? What are you doing with cheetah?
We stopped by the rhinos and enjoyed watching them roaming freely.
Right beside my window.
We spotted giraffe and zebra, so close and so many. Kudu also, and yes, they were fighting. Lots of ostrich and other animals. There was a cafe inside. We ordered beef burger, chicken nuggets and chips. Then we headed towards Jeffreys Bay, which is a popular town by the beach, known for its surfing opportunities and Blue Flag Beach. We went down, walked and spent some time before driving towards St. Francis Bay, where we had our accommodation for the night. St. Francis Bay. We stayed in a very pretty Airbnb facing the bay. We went out to explore the local areas here. It is by the law, I guess, that all houses have to be white in color and have dark brown thatched roof. The whole neighborhood looked really pretty. Later that evening, we went to St. Francis Cape area, which is by the sea. It is a nice beach, perfect for surfing and swimming, and go for whale watching or dolphin watching. Hold on, the surprise is yet to come. In the evening, we went to the supermarket. We packed cooked lamb and some liver, bread, fruit bowl and some drinks too. In the morning, we explored the local areas. There is river, sea, canals of water where people do kayaking and take small boats to cycle around the canal. It's very peaceful, pretty and luxurious town. As we love visiting ports, we quickly visited the Port San Francis area. It is much busy port area with regular activities. There is a huge parking area, restaurants, etc. And you want to know what Anki did? The poppy the Our next destination was Knysna along the coastline. It is a beautiful town in the Garden Route in the western province of South Africa. It is roughly around 160 km from St. Francis Bay. We thoroughly enjoyed the drive, stopped by the amazing landscapes, forest areas and also visited a wolf sanctuary. I actually saw 2 wolves for the first time. It was raining, they seemed little uncomfortable. And then we continued our drive and saw many baboons on the road. Unfortunately, the weather was really bad and it was raining heavily. We had to skip visiting Storm River as we planned. However, we did stop for a while at a pleasant place named Nature Valley. After that, we reached Naisna waterfront. We quickly wanted to have something because we were really hungry. We went to a restaurant named O Pescador, which is African Portuguese restaurant. We had seafood like mussels. We had some catch of the day, fish, beef, fries, and of course some good wine. We stayed in a nice Airbnb in Lagoon Ridge, which is located facing the Naisna waterfront. Little far, but a beautiful location. It had all the privacy and a pretty lawn. The weather gradually started getting clear. We slowed down and enjoyed our wine to end another beautiful day. Naisna is a very interesting place. There is a lagoon and a stunning waterfront with all the yachts there. If sailing is your option, you can come and book for sailing towards the area where the ocean is separated from the sea. When I say it is dreamy and no less than the spectacular travel destination pictures you save in your Instagram. We looked into the map and found the road to reach the massive sandstone heads, basically like hills, separating the Indian Ocean and the lagoon. Unbelievable. Is this even real? I was so happy, trust me. It is named as Coney Glen Beach in Naisna. We went to the viewpoint on the other side also. It was very rocky and unfortunately because of strong wind, our camera fell down and got damaged. We checked out some other viewpoints also and decided to move on with our driving towards the next destination. On the way, we came to a place named Utschun. Utschun is famous for commercial ostrich tours. We skipped that and just asked a local family if they would let us visit their farms and see the ostrich birds there. They were pretty much like hen here. We got to know about their activities and habits from the farm owner only. And the adventure continues. After that, we visited a Precambrian limestone chambers named as Kango Caves. We did the adventure walk of 1.5 hours where we needed to crawl to pass through narrow passages inside the caves. I studied geology and seeing those massive limestone structures like stalactites, stalagmites, flowstones, etc. made me feel so good. It was real adventure and I loved every bit of it. So our accommodation for the night was booked in a place named Mossel Bay. So it was already dark by the time we reached Mossel Bay. So we had dinner at Cafe Gannet at Mossel Bay. We had drinks, of course, and squid, fries and ostrich as well. Now Mossel Bay, it's a damn gorgeous harbour town in the garden route. I can't even explain the colour of the sea and how pretty the neighbourhood is. Point Road Drive, I would remember forever. We had fun trying to spot whales and dolphins, looking at the sea or just roaming and jumping around. The rock pool, it was so tempting that we could not miss swimming here. So that's Mossel Bay in South Africa. Our accommodation in Mossel Bay was a very simple Airbnb as we had very less time here and we had plans to continue our drive further. We drove 3.5 hours from Mossel Bay to reach Hermanus, a place famous for whale watching. So it was already late by the time we reached Hermanus. So we stayed in an Airbnb in Vermont area. There is a flamingo lake where Anki wanted to stay. During the sunset time, we went to a nearby beach named Onrus Beach. We had dinner and enjoyed wine at Milkwood restaurant on the beach. We went for whale watching in the morning and I seriously could not hold my excitement. In southern coastline of South Africa, there are many places where you can spot whales, but we did our research and we wanted to go in the sea for whale watching in Hermanus only. We reached Hermanus New Harbour. Out of nowhere, we spotted a lot of seals. This beauty is there. So this is it, South Africa, full of wonders. They are super active when they are swimming and super lazy when they are just out in the sun in the land. We started our sail to spot whales. Unbelievable, I tell you, and a memory which I will cherish in life. I spotted a baby whale with its mama and they are so damn adorable. They are huge. It was such a good travel experience, I tell you. We spotted many dolphins as well. Then we casually roamed here and there. We went to Gearing's Point in Hermanus, enjoyed the view. Well, we kind of started knowing how to spot whales from far. I checked out some local shops, and then for lunch we did go to Burgundy restaurant where we again had seafood and beer. So the next destination is Gansbai. Diving with giant sharks, would you do that? Yes, that is about our next destination, Gansbai. We drove to Gansbai, stocked up from supermarket and checked into a stunning sea-facing luxurious Airbnb named Day Kilders. We played with the dogs there and spent afternoon and evening having wine, trying to spot whales in the sea and enjoying some meaningful conversations. It was a day to pause and relax, so we really wanted to slow down. Gansbai is a fishing village and famous for its dense population of white shark. We had briefing and then we started in a boat for this much adventurous activity. Oh my god, so many sharks came so close. What an incredible experience.
That is crazy. You should always do this.
So our drive continued more towards Cape Town. Next we are going to stay in a lovely place named Simonstown. The stretch of the drive getting better and better as we drove towards Simonstown. While on the way, I wanted to say hello to the penguins. Oh yes, you heard it right, the African penguins. We reached Stoney's Point in Betty's Bay area. Oh, we saw so many of them, the African penguins. So why not we go ahead for very close interactions with them. In Simonstown, we stayed in a boutique homestay named Penguin Palace, and trust me, it was so damn luxurious and spacious. We went to the waterfront of Simonstown and had dinner with a lot of seafood once again and of course wine. We went to Boulders Beach, took the tickets, and I was so excited for close interactions with the penguins. What I experienced was beyond my imagination. I did swim with the penguins in South Africa. Can you believe that? It was a dream come true moment for me. After a good swim, we had lunch at Fran's place and had lots of seafood once again. Cape Peninsula sports beautiful coastal views, stunning landscapes and makes for a perfect road trip. It is here that you will find South Africa's best and most famous wine growing regions and vineyards, including Stellenbosch, Constantia and Paarl. At the southern end of the peninsula are two famous points, Cape Point and Cape of Good Hope. On the northern end is the Table Mountain. It is famous and it is overlooking the Cape Town in South Africa. We wanted to go to the Cape Point and Cape of Good Hope. We took the tickets, drove for some time to the parking space and climbed up to the viewpoint of the lighthouse. While going up, we took the funicular and chose to climb down on foot. I have to say it again and again about the views and landscapes. Stunning and spectacular. Chapman's Peak Drive. What is this place, guys? Unbelievable and getting better and better as we drove around Chapman's Peak Drive while on the way towards the main Cape Town area from Cape Peninsula. I have to say though, through the entire drive, probably this is the best. What can I say about Cape Town, guys? It is a world famous destination and city for obvious reason. So we went to a place called St. James Beach in Muizenberg. There are so many colorful huts in the beach. They look so gorgeous. So they are basically changing rooms in St. James Beach. This place seemed to be a perfect local family beach and for the kids as well. So next we went to a neighborhood with colorful houses. There is a place named Breakup. It is world famous and most favorite to photographers to get a vibrant shot here. It was formerly known as Malai Quarter and used to be a racially segregated area. And now it's finally time to go to the top of Table Mountain, which is the most iconic landmark of South Africa. We got the tickets and took the cable car to reach to the top. It looked amazing. We walked around, sit by the gorge and enjoyed most spectacular view of the sea, Cape Town and of all the highlands and structures. And then we came to the end of this most wonderful trip. We thought to keep it slow and end it with a good dinner at Victoria and Alfred or V&A waterfront in Cape Town. What a lively place it is. You can go for sunset cruise and there are so many restaurants and food joints. We also saw the famous Cape Wheel here. Well, we chose to have dinner at Live Grand Cafe. How much to spend on a trip to South Africa? This calculation is for 14 days trip to South Africa for a couple, that means for 2 people. For flights, we usually use Skyscanner for comparison and booking. International flight from India to South Africa is roughly around 35,000 per person one way, and if you are taking any domestic flight in South Africa, it will roughly cost you somewhere between 4,000 to 5,000. So for a couple, that means for 2 people, the overall return trip would be around 1,60,000. For Kruger National Park specifically, we booked a package for 4 days, 3 nights, and it included food, stay, safari for one couple, and it costed us around 1 lakh. Now, if you need any further details, I have already provided all the details in the ending part of my Kruger National Park video. I am providing the link in the description box. So after Kruger, we did a very long road trip from Port Elizabeth to Cape Town in a self-drive rental car. That will cost you around 20,000 to 30,000 for 8 days, and for a very good car insurance, it will cost you somewhere around 10,000, and fuel charges, let's say another 10,000. So total cost for 8 days for a couple would be 50,000 approximately. Now regarding the accommodation, you can find very good deals in booking.com for the hotels and other types of stays. But if you are looking for a boutique stay or a luxurious stay in a very good neighborhood or facing the sea, you can definitely choose Airbnb. 3,000 to 4,000 per night would be a very decent charge. If you like something really nice, it will cost you something around 7,000 to 8,000. So depending on your budget, you can choose your stay. So for 8 days, you can spend approximately 35,000 for accommodation for one couple. South Africa is full of adventure and activities along the coastline. So you have a lot of options. Let's say if you want to go for shark cage diving, it will be around 9,000. While whale watching, it will be around 3,500 per person. Similarly, you will go for a cable car in Peninsula, that will be roughly around 2,000, and if you want to go for wine tasting, let's say, that will be somewhere around 4,000. So it varies a lot. So depending on that, a couple will spend somewhere between 30,000 to 50,000 on activities. So to conclude, the final budget for 2 weeks trip to South Africa for 2 people would be around 4 lakhs, including all the activities, stay, accommodation and return ticket. But if you exclude Kruger National Park from this trip, then your trip would be around 2,50,000 to 3 lakhs. Let me tell you that you can choose your activities wisely, as well as you can save a lot on the accommodation as well as food. You can see the dynamic cost calculator in the screen with the details of pricing and cost breakup. Let me tell you that soon this dynamic cost calculator will be available in our website for various destinations in India and abroad, and you can easily estimate your trip cost by changing variables like number of days, activities, number of people and various other information. It will be really helpful, I tell you guys.
I am sure by now you know that why I say that South Africa is just one amazing travel destination, international travel destination I mean. So with that, I end this video. There are a lot of informative travel guides coming up in my channel, so stay tuned, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please like, share, write your comments and feedback, and do stay tuned.